Yo, what's up, everybody? Just thought I'd give an update on this Raider situation. From my point of view, from my thoughts, obviously, I got no sources. I don't work for the team. I don't even know anybody that writes for the team personally, um, and probably never will. So this is fun. I get to talk about what I think, what I feel. Um, just out of the top of my head, starting this off season. Like I said in my first post, don't think the Raiders have had a better offseason in over 10, 15 years. Every phase or every category of a team that goes into building a team, I think they finally hit it on the head. Um, as many of us Raider fans know, it doesn't mean anything till the game start until we start winning. So, but let's start with the coach, okay? Got the best top candidate, Kubiak. Got the number one QB available in the draft. Got an excellent veteran to help get him started, just to not put that pressure on him that he needs to play the first game, and just overall had a really great draft. So top coach, top QB, solid draft. I think you doesn't really get better than that on paper. Again, it doesn't really matter till the game start. But let's go into that to the players, okay? Let's see. This is my first time, so let's see. All this is new to me. How do I? I'm pretty sure you can share a screen. I should have probably checked that before, right? I should have checked that before. Uh, there we go. It's not that hard. Because I can't hear myself, so hopefully there's sound. Okay, so this is great. This is look at the depth chart right now. This is from ourlads.com. I've never even been to this site, but that's pretty cool. They have kind of like an unofficial depth chart. Um, so let's take a look at that. Let's start with some positions here. Um, the one where a lot of people are questioning and have made comment on is the receiver room. Now, yeah, I will admit the receiver room isn't as strong right now. It really isn't, as you would hope, but maybe it's the copium in me, maybe it's the off-season hype in me, or whatever it is. I'm not too worried about it. Well, first of all, also let's get to I see and I understand. Again, comments made about the receiver room. It's horrible, whatever. I don't think it's first of all. I don't think it's horrible. It's definitely not up there. It's not great. But I have been saying for years. I speak on this to friends and whatever. Uh, I think the number one overrated thought process for NFL teams is the need for a receiver one. Mm, Now, next year, there's a dang good receiver one that's going to be available in the draft, Jeremiah Smith. Obviously, if you can get one, great. I mean, I'm not saying not to get one. I'm just saying I feel that is a very overrated just concept. Um, Especially if you really pay attention to the way the game has moved. I mean, and it's not like that has just happened. I mean, Tom Brady was one of the first ones to kind of like, yeah, he had that season with Randy Moss, obviously, and that was great. He had that clear number one, but a lot of times he didn't have that clear number one, or his number one was Rob Gronkowski, which that's what I keep trying to tell people. It's like Brock Bowers is at that level where it's not a bad thing that he's our number one target. I think some people are trying to make it seem like, yeah, he's good, but like he can't be the number one, and that's just false. I mean, yards are yards, touchdowns are touchdowns. I mean, I could care less if if Colton Miller is leading the team what's it called, touchdowns. So again, I think personally that mindset, we need a number one, overrated. Okay, now again, let's be real though. Yeah, Jack Besh, he's got his work cut out. Does he have potential? Heck yeah, he does. I mean, does he have some room to work with? Like something to work with? Yeah, but last year didn't really count because last year was horrible, horrible. It just felt like, especially on the offensive side, I mean, you can. It's so bad that I feel like all of these players, that the ones that were here last year, I don't even think it's productive to even look at last year's film. Okay, the offense was totally unaligned and um, just not ever in congruence, it seemed. So yeah, Jack Best, that's what the first one on there, and that's one where it's real interesting. This is gonna be, I even though it's the second year, obviously, it's gonna be really the first time we really get to see what he's got. Trey Tucker, man, I think Trey Tucker is gonna have a dang good year. I think Trey Tucker is gonna have a dang good year. Something that got me excited about Kubiak is, aside from him just being the obvious number one candidate and being an offensive guy, he's not just a offensive coordinator. If you pay attention to the teams he's been on and last year's Seahawks team, he's like a master at just feeding the right guy and tailoring his offense to his players. Now, I'm definitely not an X's and O's guys, an X and O guy. Sorry, don't even know about plays for the most part. Know a little bit about a few routes. From what I can see, it's just refreshing to finally have a coach that knows X's and O's, but also knows how to adapt. Okay, Josh McDaniels knows his X and O's, but he does not know how to adapt. Antonio Pierce, great personality guy, great leader. Didn't seem like he knew much of X's and O's. And although if anything, I thought he was going to adapt. I think he didn't either. Pete Carroll, good Lord. I thought he was going to adapt, and he didn't either. So we've just been having a long history of coaches that are just set in their ways. I really think the coaches in the past have come in here and just been like, this team has been horrible. I'm gonna do this my way, and none of it's worked. I'm really hoping Kubiak is really approached this like, you know what, I'm gonna take this serious. I'm gonna use all of these players' strengths to the best ability, and I do think he's gonna do that. Trey Tucker stands out. Now, is he a JSN? No, but I think we're gonna look. We can see players where I think he'll use them as kind of similar to players he's had, and that's one of them. Let's go down the lines with the unofficial starter, Jalen Naylor. Again, saw a guy that also showed a lot of potential last year from the little I saw, but like, it's also like we don't know. We're gonna see him this year. Hey, he might dominate. He might struggle because now this time he's set to be a starter for now. O line, I don't know too much about, like I said, to really speak on that, but just from what I see, Burford, I'm not sold on. That one seems like the left guard, Spencer Burford. He kind of seems like that's more of he has experience with Kubiak thing. that one kind of scares me because, like I said, coaches, I have PTSD when it comes to Raiders with coaches that force things, and so far Kubiak hasn't done too much of it, but that in particular, that player seems kind of like, well, let me get a guy in there that knows my system. And I'm just saying that hasn't really worked in the past. Hopefully, it proves me wrong. Colton Miller, not worried about that dude. As long as he's healthy, solid. Tyler Lindenbaum, I'm so freaking excited. Uh, I really thought, where's he at? JPJ. Man, is he even on here? Oh yeah, they have him at the right guard. Yeah, I thought Powers Johnson was gonna be our center. I thought he was gonna be the man. It didn't work out. Linderbaum's gonna freaking hold that down and man make life easy for Genty and everybody really. JPJ, man, I'm really pulling for you, man. Uh, you were picked, second round. I remember at the time. Again, I don't know too much about O line, but just you could tell you can play. You're physical. You could tell maybe there's something there you're struggling with, but man, pulling for JPJ. That's what we need: nastiness, strength, attack through the whistle. Glaze, that right tackle spot is the one where it's like I feel like the last, I don't know, over 5 years, it's literally been, feels like to me, a new right tackle every year. So that one, man, please, Glaze, just lock it in, or whoever that is, really secure that spot because that right tackle spot, almost every rookie we get, they it seems like they do solid for a few games. Next year, they're third string. I know they've changed coaches and coaching staffs a lot, but that always baffles me. I feel like the right tackle situation is very similar to the cornerback situation, where that happens a lot. So let's go down the line. Tight end, you already know, best tight end in the game. People just we haven't even seen really. I think we haven't even been close to tapping what Bowers could do, which it better happen this year. At minimum, dude should have 10 touchdowns as long as he's healthy. Minimum. It's an atrocity that he hasn't even been close to. I think what the most he's had is like 6. Atrocity. Michael Mayer, I also man pulling for that guy. Pulling for that guy, like, let's go. Like secure that, be a 1-2 threat. Let's make that real interesting, dynamic in the offense. Kirk Cousins where it gets interesting, and yes, I do believe what the team has been saying and the way they've been acting, the coaching staff, Tom Brady, ownership, whatever. I mean, not really ownership, but yeah, management. Yeah, they do plan on starting Cousins. Sorry, Cousins. Oof, can't really say Car. Cousins. But I don't know. There is a few tea leaves here and there, like, and there's just a few feelings that, hey man, I feel like they get into training camp soon as they think, man, Mendoza has a leg, just even a small leg up on him. I think they could change their mind. I didn't think so earlier. I didn't think so during the draft. I didn't think so, but something about recent, you know, what's his name? The Kobe Dean had an interview. I just saw a clip of it. Forgot where it was at. I don't know. Something about the way he was talking about Mendoza got me feeling like, I don't know. He's gonna be a starter. Obviously, starting linebacker. He came from the dang awesome Eagles team that's been dominating. Been a dominant team and been a dominating defense. So just the way he was talking about him, I don't want to misquote him, but he was, it sounds like a joke. He's talking about how he has aura and all this stuff, but he was talking about him like a starting QB, is what I'm getting at. He wasn't like usually players, the veterans, Like Max Crosby hasn't done that yet because Max Crosby is all about you got to earn your right way, whatever. But that's why I'm saying, like, you know what? This kind of intrigues me a bit because he's talking about him like a starting quarterback. They usually vets kind of usually immediately give players that like, well, yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good, but he's got to prove it or he's still learning kind of deal. No, I mean, he was talking about him like as a leader, he's got aura, he's got you know, like got to build on him. I'm like, okay, I think definitely there's some motion there where he can definitely start. Genty, don't even get me started. He, I'm predicting he will be RB1, RB1, not just of us or the division of the league. I think he's gonna dominate this year in this system, and not just the system. We finally have a solid, decent line and a playbook that's gonna just maximize everybody's strength, and we have cohesion. And it's not like it doesn't seem like it. Again, I don't know. I'm not in these teams, in these meetings, in these rooms, but it seems like there's not an ego thing, or that just you can tell now looking back. Pete Carroll now it's just like obviously he didn't even want Chip Kelly. So from the get go, it was kind of you could tell it was just like well, they forced me to hire you kind of deal, and they were just doing their own thing. This time it's like everyone's on the same page. Man, I think Gentry's gonna have a monster year, monster year. Mike Washington, again, I don't know, that's just me getting excited. I haven't talked about other rookies as much. I don't talk the ones that I kind of know about or feel like I have stuff to say. Washington, man, what I seen from that guy, sometimes I'm like, man, this guy might steal some carries from Genty. Um, he looks like he's gonna be a solid 1-2 punch. I don't know if it's Lobby, but dang dude, I think he's got like this year has to prove it. Um, definitely has like potential, but I think he has to prove it this year. Don't know too much about the other running backs on this list. Let's go down the line. Defensive end Booker. This is gonna be tough for me to analyze because again, I'm not X's and O's guy, and I feel like in a 3-4, just from what I've seen, what I could tell, I feel like that is a lot of shuffling and moving, and the position is not really like, for example, what they got Crosby as a right outside linebacker. I feel like that's gonna move around a lot, just depending on the game, depending on who we're playing. So the positions here are not as I think I don't know as set in stone. Booker again showed a little bit of potential. I think I want to see more. I'm excited for it. Tonka seemed like he was catching on at the end of the year. Adam Butler's a really great pass rusher. Helps a little bit on the run. I think he could help a little bit more. To be honest, I think he could clog up the lanes a little bit better from what I've seen. Lealu, I don't know if I said his name right. All the potential in the world, just has to be consistent. Consistent. Like he was drafted high for a reason. Just gotta show consistency. There's plays where he looks like damn near, what's his name? I'm gonna say his name wrong. But Sue, like on 1 or 2 plays, and then you won't see him for the next 45 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it is. So that's why I'm like, okay, gotta step it up. Pay, again, that was a decent signing. Not like whoa, but it's a decent signing. Had to have someone there on this other side. But hey, you can prove me wrong. Again, talent is there. Spike Take makes it a point to get guys that were picked high. Guys that were picked high. He in a way that's good. In a way that's good because yeah, like people say, there's a reason why they were picked there. I hate the word bust. If I say it, I'll regret it. Hopefully, I don't. I'll remind myself not to say. I don't like that word. I do think players don't do good or they're not great, but And yeah, on Twitter sometimes if I'm mad in the heat of the moment, obviously I'll say like, "Oh, that guy sucks" or whatever. But I just think Bus is a horrible. I just that's a little over the top. Like, damn, these guys made it to the professional league, and a million things could be the reason why they don't work out. But Quiddy got to show us. You got to show us something big. Again, as a fan, I've always wondered also like why is it so hard for these D linemen that are playing with Crosby? And I'm not for the simple fact on how much of a load he puts on himself, how much attention goes to Max Crosby. I'm surprised there hasn't really been too many guys that play with him that like make it easy or thrive off of him. You know, like in basketball, it's super easy and fun to play. Like if I was in the NBA, for example, never happened. But if I was and I played with Curry, even if I was trash, knowing all the attention he gets, I'm gonna eventually get open for a few baskets. So that's where I'm at, like with him, with them, the D line, especially people he's had opposite. The best we've had in recent years was Coons with his great little spur before he got injured, fortunately. But yeah, man, I'm like, dude, someone's gotta like be like realize like, dude, this guy's dang near getting triple team sometimes. Like somebody's gotta be open. So please could it pay Kieran Crawford? That's an exciting rookie, man. That's an exciting rookie. Again, that's one of those picks where I don't know much about him, but dang, just got me hyped the way he got hyped when he got picked. His athletic traits get me excited. Man, I'm real big on like I'm I love, especially on defense for some reason, in NFL, whenever a guy that's like not really known just becomes a star, like what James Harrison. I mean, James Harrison's known, but he was undrafted. So guys like that, especially on defense, that's just like awesome to me, though. I don't know. Like he seems like he can, but again, it's the NFL. He may end up being just a rotational guy or not. I hope he pushes to start. I hope he does. Quay Walker, again, I haven't seen much of him. The little I've seen, he looks like he's a dang linebacker. And by that I mean like he looks like he loves to hit. He looks like he might get lost in coverage. He's kind of big and he's aggressive, but we needed that too. As long as he makes the plays, that's what we need. Consistent plays. The Kobe Dean, excited as heck for him. Excited as heck for him. Like that's a potential, aside from injuries, of course. Injuries suck, but that's a dude, man. If it's all well, health wise, that guy is going to be our star, hopefully. Our star. Lindenberg, come on, man. Show us. Cody, he's, seen clip. Every time I see clips of his work, I'm like, damn, this guy looks like a star. So, again, I want these underrated guys, these third stringers, to step up, man. It'll be so. Look at this jersey, man. Best jersey in all the sports. Best jersey. Like, just I want these, and then when they're underrated, undrafted, third string, fourth strings, that like golly, man, that's some pride right there for them to become like. Think about that, man. You guys gonna become a star of this jersey, man, legendary jersey. Crosby, Max, not much to be said. I wanted him to be. Not that I wanted him gone, but I will admit, I was excited for the picks. I'm a draft guy, draft nerd. Well, more when I say nerd, as like, oh, I know everything about every player. But as a Raider fan growing up, with how horrible Raiders have had, their seasons always end, usually end. The draft is the only thing growing up as a fan that I can look forward to and hype myself up, thinking that we're gonna be better. So yeah, when those picks were gonna be thrown our way, I was excited. Still love Max. Don't get me wrong. I if the if it presents itself again, we're gonna have to take a hard look, man, because we're a few players away. We're a few players away, and you really win through the draft. You win through the draft. You can make one great free agency signing, but you really build a winning team through a draft, not the free agency. So that's why even with all these guys that we signed, like we just really got to hit on at least two or three. Obviously, it'd be great to hit on all of them, but Eric Stokes, dude, you got to show me more. That's another one, great player, solid player, but I think the fan base as a whole, I think we've just the expectations are so low when it comes to corners, especially DBs. Dude, I don't even have to look at the numbers. I know in the last like 3-5 years, I'm pretty certain we definitely don't have more than 20 interceptions as a team. We have to. You know what? Let me Google that, right? Why not? Why not Google that? Let's Google this, right? How many interceptions do the Raiders I don't think. Oh, what? Oh, I'm wrong. Dang. Definitely doesn't feel like that. Way more than I really thought. Wow. 40? That does not seem right. Wow. 6, 6, 13. Dang. 2023. 24? There was 10? I mean, I know what's his face had a good amount. Forgot his name. He's moved around a lot. I already forgot. And I know he had a few big sixes and no great one against Mahomes. I forgot his name. But okay, wow. Way more than I thought. So like going down, almost done with these, just what I think about these starters. So yeah, the corners, man, they I really want more, man. McCoy, oh my god. When they picked McCoy, I was so dang hyped. I was hyped. Because, hey, that guy can end up, you never know, might end up not working out because of the injury. But, dude, you got to try that once in a while. You just got to do it. Especially the round that they did it in fourth was a perfect round. Man, I remember I was cutting my grass. I still remember I was cutting my grass. I was, you know what, this might take a while. It's a slow day, day 3. And I was like, what the heck? We traded up. We got McCoy. Oh, okay. Now that move lets us know as a fan base, and the team know, like Spytek's not afraid. Okay, he's trying to get ballers. Okay, and I feel like this team hasn't had management like that in the past. They've tried to play ultra safe, which I don't understand why. If we've been a bad team, when you're a bad team, I feel like that's the least time to play safe. So great, awesome pick, dude. There, Jeremy Chin again. I think solid, more of a linebacker roaming around. I need hands to the ball from these guys. More picks, more fumbles. So yeah, he's a solid tackler. But I want Polamalu, man. He's a guy. He again kind of like he reminds me of Leaulu. Sorry if I don't say your name right. Where he flashes 1 or 2, 3 plays, and then we don't see anything. So the talent is there, dude. The talent is there with Polamalu. He just needs to just keep it up. Porter, that was a big time Pete Carroll pick. So also the talent is there, but just like with Jack Bash, little glimpses, but this is the real year where it's like, okay, we're gonna really see what he's got. Richardson's still here. He's been here for a while. Maybe they just like him as a rotation guy. I've heard some good things about Massis. Johnson, I honestly don't know much. I didn't see enough about him through the draft. They got him as a starter here on this unofficial. I think Stooks is gonna be a baller. And they have it's because they have him as what, a nickel bag. Sorry, no, I read this wrong. Yeah, Terry Johnson from Buffalo. Yeah, yeah. Oh, heck yeah. No, yeah, he looks solid. I read that wrong. Um, I get him confused with Dalton Johnson. Okay, Traden Stooks. I don't want him to play nickel. I was talking about that with someone on Twitter. I forgot what they said. I don't care. I don't really care about the reasons. He's a Ranger. He ranges really well. Gets to the other side of the field real well. I want him to play free safety. I don't want him to get his feet wet and nickel. No, I don't care about that. Yes, I know that that position is real important. And again, I'm fine with being wrong. I'm fine. I'm not gonna get up here and be like, no, and he becomes a great nickel, and I'm not gonna be adamant and be like, no, he should have been safe. But from what I see, I think he should be a safety. So, uh, other than that, yeah, I mean, these positions, not much to talk about. Special teams, no hard feelings. Um, the kicker thing is gonna be interesting. I think it might be a real competition this time. I forgot that we actually did cut Carlson. I forgot. I was about to say, where's his name? Oh my gosh. So that is going to be a competition, a real competition. Oh man. And the kicker is important, especially for us. We don't score points. So yeah, I just think that's my take on the players, on the starters. Where do I think we'll go? Oh, and I said earlier, I think I would put it at maybe 30% chance that Fernando Mendoza starts day one, but 100% chance that he's gonna start. By week 6, week 7. Uh, uh, how many games do I think? I hate doing predictions, but I don't really care. I've always just been like, either we suck or we're good. That's my mentality, really, in sports. Even when I'm playing basketball against people, what's the score? There's a funny saying in Spanish says "muchos a poquitos." So either you're up or you're down. So, but I think they can win 8 games. I think that's where the bar should be. It really just depends on how well they gel with Kubiak. That's my little update on what I think about the Raiders, like their players. Have a good one.